meaning of error and the rectification of error. Then we have also understood the various reasons which require the rectification. And then we have also categorized the type errors. So we have primarily 4 errors: errors of commission, error of omission, error of principle, and compensating errors. After that, we have discussed in detail all these types of errors. Then in the previous session, we were discussing about the question based on the rectification. So I think we have done 2 or 3 questions in the previous session, right? 1, 2, second, and yeah, I think we have discussed till this question.
Yes, sir.
So do you have any question regarding the topics that we have already discussed in the chapter?
No, sir.
No. All right, so let's start with a new question today. So this is the question that we will be discussing in today's session. The following errors were identified in the books of Prasad. Pass necessary entries to rectify them. 5,000 paid for furniture purchase has been charged to the ordinary purchase account, and repair made were debited to the building account for rupees 500. I think we have discussed this question as well, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the 5th one. So we will be talking about this question, and in this question we will be also talking about the suspense account. All right, so this is the question, Alexander, and you need to rectify the following errors. The first question is: purchase book is overcast by 10,000, and then purchase return book is overcast by 1,000. Purchase return book balance is carried forward in excess by rupees 100. Then purchase book balance is carried forward in excess by rupees 1,000. So before moving forward, just wanted to know, do you have any idea what is the meaning of overcast and undercast?
Yes, sir. I think you explained it before, how when.
Okay, so I have already explained the meaning of overcast and undercast.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But it would help if you revise it.
Okay, no problem. Just a moment. Okay, so overcast and undercast. So what is actually the meaning of overcast is whenever the amount is recorded in excess of what should have been recorded, that is called overcast. So that means, let's suppose if I need to debit a particular account, if I needed to debit a particular account by 10,000 rupees, but by mistake I have debited the same account with the 15,000, that means I have over recorded the value. I have recorded the value in excess of 5,000 what should have been actually recorded. So actually the amount that should be recorded in the debit balance should be 10,000, but I have recorded 5,000 extra. That is known as the overcast. But let's suppose a particular account need to be debited, okay, and the particular account need to be debited by 6,000, but instead of recording 6,000 in that particular account, I have only recorded 4,500 in that particular account. That means I have under recorded a particular amount in the account. This is called undercast. So whenever you record amount in excess of what actually should have been recorded in that particular account, that is called overcast. And amount when it is recorded in deficit, whenever you record less amount what actually should have been recorded, that is called undercast. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the first question talks about that we have just a minute. Yeah, so purchase book is overcast by 10,000. That means we have recorded 10,000 in access into the purchase book. That means purchase account must have been debited, right? What kind of balance purchase book have? Purchase book always have a debit balance, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So whenever it is written that we have overcast purchase book by 10,000, that means uh, we have recorded 10,000 in access what should have been actually recorded. So purchase account have been debited by 10,000 extra. So could you just tell me, in order to rectify this particular error, what should we do now? If we have recorded 10,000 and in excess of what actually should have been recorded, so in order to rectify this, what we can do now?
Sir, we had to debit to the suspense account. I mean, debit purchase.
Just tell me what should have been done in the purchase book.
Um, Purchase book debit. It should be less of
See,
10,000 pounds.
yeah, we have to reduce 10,000. So just think about, if we have recorded 10,000 in access into the purchase book, that means we have debited purchase book in access of 10,000. Purchase book, that means purchase account must have been debited by 10,000, right? So in order to rectify this effect, we need to credit the purchase account now. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Because earlier we have debited this account by 10,000 extra. So in order to rectify this, we will have to credit the purchase account so that the effect of the error can be nullified. So it is clear that we are going to credit the purchase account. Purchase account will be credited. Purchase account will be credited by 10,000. But the question is that which account will be now debited? Tell me, which account I should debit now?
So suspense account.
Yeah, because there is no specific information about the from whom we have purchased goods. So though there is no specific person or the name mentioned in the question, so we are not sure about which account should have been debited. Therefore, we are going to debit the suspense account. Suspense account, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So suspense account will be debited by 10,000. Moving on to the next question. Purchase return book is overcast by 1,000. So first of all, just tell me what kind of balance purchase return book have?
Credit balance.
Credit balance. Just it is just opposite of the purchase book. So if since purchase book have a debit balance, therefore purchase return book must have a credit balance. So here it is written that purchase, we have recorded extra 1,000 in the purchase return book. That means purchase return book has been credited in excess of 1,000. So in order to rectify this effect, what we will be required to do now?
So debit purchase return book
Correct. So
to
purchase
suspense.
return, correct. Purchase return account, purchase return account will be debited, right? To the amount was 1,000. Since to whom return is being made, it is not known. So we are going to write down suspense account 1,000. Third, purchase return books balance is carried forward in excess by 100. So purchase return book balance, that means the ledger balance of a purchase book, that means purchase account, is being carried forward to the next year. Let's suppose we are talking about we are talking about the end of the year, when all the books are closed and new books are prepared. So when the books are being closed and account and the balance is being transferred to the account of the next year, so at that time what we have done, the purchase return, the balance of the purchase return book have been carried forward to the next year purchase book account, but it has been forwarded in excess by rupees 1000. So firstly, since purchase return book have a credit balance, so that means that we have carry forward 100 to the purchase return book, but it is in excess of rupees 100. That means what actually should have been credited, we have credited in excess of 100 rupees. So in order to rectify this, now we will have to debit the purchase return book, purchase return account debit to suspense account. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in the third entry, purchase return account debit to suspense account, and the amount was 100 rupees. Next, fourth one, purchase books balances carried forward in excess by rupees 1000. So purchase book always have a debit balance, and we have carried forward the balance of the purchase book, but in excess of rupees 1000. That means in order to nullify this effect, we will now have to credit the purchase account. So suspense account will be debited now to purchase account. Amount was 1000. Clear, Alexander? Any doubts?
Clear, sir.
Okay. So you have noted it down.
No, sir.
You want to write it?
Okay.
And when is your accounts exam, Alexander?
Sir, 12.
12th. Okay. So tomorrow is your first exam.
Yes, sir.
How's the preparation?
It's fine. It's only English. Okay, sir. Done.
Done. Okay. So I'm giving you one more question. It is similar to this question only, and I want you to rectify all these errors by passing the
Okay.
journal entries.
Okay.
Done, Alexander?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just a minute. Yeah. Tell me the rectifying entries.
Yes, sir. The first one will be suspense account debit to sale
Correct.
5,000 and sales return debit
1 minute. Just a moment. Could you please repeat the previous entry?
suspense account debit 5,000 to sale.
Okay. Okay. So that is not right. Why have you debited suspense account and credited sales account?
So because um,
See,
sales
sales account by nature, sales account have a which kind of balance sales account has?
credit,
Credit balance, right? So that means we have credited 5,000 in access, right? So
no,
in
it
order
says
to nullify
short,
the effect,
it says shortcasted.
sorry,
It says shortcasted, right?
it says shortcasted. Yeah, okay, yeah. Then it is okay. Then it is
Okay.
right. Sorry, my mistake. So suspense account debit to sales account. That is right. Move on to the next entry.
Sales return account debit 500 to suspense.
Correct. Perfect. Next.
Yeah. And then suspense account debit 1,000 to sales.
Correct.
Then sales return to suspense.
Very good. Nice. All are correct. So now we will move to the next question. Yeah. So question number 7. This one is also similar, and I don't want you to rectify all these. Just look at these statement and tell me if you have any problem. Otherwise, we will move to the next question.
No,
So
sir,
sales
no
book is
problem.
overcast by 5,000. That means you can do the rectifying entry now for that.
Yes.
Yeah, sales return book is short casted by 500. Balance of sales book is carried forward in excess by rupees 1,000. Balance of sales return book is carried forward in excess of 100. So it is almost similar to the previous one.
Yes.
So okay, let's move to the next question. Question 8. Sales book of December was added short by 500. Try these.
Okay, sir.
Oh. Sorry. Done, Alexander.
So one more.
Okay.
Okay, so done.
Done. Tell me the entries.
So the first one will be suspense account debit to sales,
Correct.
then purchase account debit to suspense,
Correct.
and then suspense account debit to purchase return,
Right.
then sales return debit to suspense.
Perfect. Very good. Okay. So moving on to question 9. Following errors are discovered in the book of Shri Ramlal. Make the necessary entries to rectify. So first one is purchase journal was undercast by 2150. 500 received from Krishna was debited to his account. An amount of 300 withdrawn by proprietor of the firm for his personal use was posted to the traveling expense account. An amount of rupees 175 for a credit sale to Gopal correctly entered in the sales book has been debited to his account as 157. Okay, so you need to rectify all these as well.
Okay,
I'm waiting for you to finish.
okay,
Let me know if you have any doubts.
okay.
Done, Alexander?
So one more.
Okay.
Sir, also I had a doubt.
Tell me.
When 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 the proprietor is drawing, what account is credited? Is it bank?
No. See, an amount of 3,000 withdrawn by proprietor of the firm for his personal use was posted to traveling account. Okay, so first of all, tell me what would have been the wrong journal entry in this case?
Traveling expense account debit to bank.
Correct, right? And what should be the correct entry?
Drawing to bank.
Drawing to bank. So that means in both the correct and the wrong entry,
So
bank is going to be credited. So there is no mistake in the bank in the credit part of the entries, right?
yes, sir. Sir, I was not talking about the rectification. I was saying like when the proprietor is drawing, the bank account is credited, or will it be something else like capital or something?
Which account will be credited? That is what you are asking.
Yes.
Oh, so bank account will be credited.
Oh,
Hmm,
that's all.
okay.
Thank
So will you be comfortable taking class on Monday, Alexander, or is there an exam you want time to prepare for that?
Sir, how long will the class be?
It will be for 1 hour only, and I think that is going to be our last class because this chapter is almost finished. So we
Yes,
have done everything in this. Only one topic need to be discussed that you said that I should discuss with you. That is chapter based on computer based accounting.
yes.
So it will probably require one session.
Sir, I
So
have a
one
few
one
doubts.
hour or 1.5 hour probably we will be able to finish that chapter.
Uh, but I
So
have a few doubts to clear that day as well.
and that will be regarding
Um, this chapter rectification.
rectification of error. Okay, no problem. So we can discuss your doubt along with that chapter also.
Yes, and
And just do
also,
one thing, whatever your doubts, kindly send me the doubts or the question that you want to discuss so that I can accordingly prepare for that.
yes,
Otherwise, it
sir.
will take a long time to discuss all these doubts in one session.
Okay,
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 done now this question.
sir. I'm still doing the last one.
Okay.
So that
Done. Okay. So tell me the first general entry.
so purchase account debit to suspense,
Okay.
then
Then
cash cash account debit to Krishna account.
cash account debit to Krishna. I think this is incorrect. 500 received from Krishna was debited to his account. Okay, I need to tell you one thing, Alexander. See, whenever we talk about the cash, it is generally presumed that there is no possibility of making any mistake about the cash account. So whenever amount is received in cash, or it is in the form of cash, it is presumed that that must have been correctly recorded in the cash account. Is that clear to you? So
Yes,
when let's suppose if 500 is being received by Krishna was debited to his account, that means we must have recorded the cash account correctly, but only mistake that we have done is Krishna account need to be credited, right? But we have debited the Krishna account. Is that clear to you?
yes.
Let me explain this once more. Just give me a moment. The question was 500 received from Krishna was debited to his account. So 500 received from Krishna. So in this particular transaction, two account will get affected. Firstly, the cash account and the Krishna account. So ideally, what should have been done? What should have been done? That cash account must be debited, right? And Krishna account should have been credited. So since it is mentioned in the question that Krishna account has been by mistake, we have debited Krishna account. So in order to rectify this, what we are going to do, we will be simply writing Krishna account. Krishna account will be debited. Krishna account will be debited, right? But by what amount it will be debited? Tell me.
Five
But
500.
no, not 500. See, we have earlier we have recorded 500 here. We have credited it. So firstly, to rectify this, we will have to debit it. So just when you will debit it, it will nullify the effect of this entry, right? But in actually, if you want to record this, now you will have to debit Krishna account by 500 more. So Krishna account will be debited twice. Firstly, to rectify the effect of the credit entry that you have earlier passed, and secondly, we will add 500 more to actually record 500 into Krishna account. So basically, Krishna account will be debited by 1000 rupees. Is this clear to you, or do I need to explain it once more?
So you're talking about the rectification.
Yeah, I'm talking about the rectification.
Oh,
Krishna account will be debited by 1000.
okay.
Okay, just a moment. Let me explain this in a different way. For first, find just passed the wrong entry. Wrong entry that we must have done is cash account must have been debited to Krishna account 500 and 500. Right entry should be sorry. Krishna account was also debited. Krishna account debit 500. So we forgot to record anything in the credit part of the journal entry. So the correct entry for this will be cash account should be debited, and we presume that there is no mistake in the cash. 500 will be debited to Krishna account. Okay, so now to rectify the effect, firstly what we will be doing, we will first of all, since okay, we will first of all compare the credit aspect of the entry only. So compare what should there is no credit aspect now. Firstly, this account should be credited, right?
Yes.
This account should be credited.
Yes,
So
sir.
we will credit this account. We will credit Krishna account 500. And the mistake that we have earlier committed, we have by chance we have debited Krishna account earlier. So in order to rectify this, what we will have to do now, so we will have to credit this account as well. Krishna account will again be credited. Krishna account will again be credited by 500. Okay, and we don't know which account should be debited now, so therefore we will debit the suspense account. So this will be our correct journal entry. Suspense account will be debited by 1000, and Krishna account will also be debited by 1000. So instead of writing Krishna account 500 and Krishna account 500 twice, we can simply write it once and write down Krishna account credited by 1000. So this will be the rectifying entry for this particular transaction.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So one more question I have that we will discuss, and then we will end this session. Rectify the following errors. Total of one page of the sales book was carried forward to the next page as 2785 instead of 2587. I want you to try all these entries yourself. Then we will discuss if you have any doubts.
Okay, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Alexander.
Sir, what does check dishonored mean? I don't remember.
The meaning of check dishonored?
Yes,
Check dishonored means uh, the debtor have failed to honor the check on the due date. That means on the due date, the debtor is making default in the payment of the check. This is called dishonor.
sir. Is it like bill dishonored?
Yeah, it is same as bill dishonor.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank
So Mohan account should have been debited actually, but we have debited the allowance account.
Okay, sir.
Hmm. Done.
No, sir.
Doubt with any statement?
Yes, sir. I'm in the third one and it's a bit difficult.
You have doubt in the first as well as
No, third one. Third one.
third one, and
I'm doing the third one and I have a doubt.
okay, you are doing the third one and you have a doubt. So return of goods worth rupees 5,000 by a customer was entered in the purchase return book. Tell me, return of goods by a customer, what kind of return it is?
Sales return.
Sales return. So it should have been recorded in the sales return, but by mistake we have recorded it in the purchase return, right?
Yes, sir.
So now in order to rectify this, firstly, because we have recorded the same value in the purchase return book and purchase return have the credit balance. So in order to rectify this, we will first of all debit the purchase return account.
Yes.
So purchase return account will be debited, right? Number one. Secondly, return of sales return have a sales return account should be this value should have been recorded in the sales return book, right? And
Yes,
sales
sir.
return book have which kind of balance?
Debit.
It have a debit balance. So we will have to debit the sales return as well. So till now I have told you that two account need to be debited. Firstly, purchase return account will be debited, then sales return account will also be debited. And which account will be credited?
Suspense.
No, it is mentioned in the question that we have received this amount, we have received this good from a customer. So the only thing is that name of the customer is not mentioned here. So what we can do, we can write down to customer's account. Instead of
Okay.
writing down the name of the customer, we can write down to customer's account.
Okay.
Okay, so we won't be required to make a suspense account.
Okay.
Done, Alexander.
No, sir.
Tell me you have problem with any question.
No, sir. I'm still doing.
You're still doing it. All right.
So done.
Done. Okay, just a minute. Yes, Alexander. Tell me the entries. Tell me the entry
Uh,
for the first one.
Sir, sales book debit 198 to suspense account.
Perfect. Very good. Then
Then second and third we explained it, and uh,
second and third, Mohan account debit to allowance account,
yes,
and the for okay, and the fourth for the fourth one.
sundry debtor account debit to sundry creditor.
Mm-hmm, correct.
Then
Two.
uh,
Two.
uh, to
Second.
suspense.
No.
I only wrote that one.
Okay. So could you just repeat your entry once more?
sundry debtor debit to sundry creditor.
Okay, so you have debited the debtor and the credited the creditor's account. Okay, so there is a mistake. Okay, so first of all, see, sum of rupees 200 owed by X has been included in the list of sundry creditors, right?
Yes, sir.
So the thing is that what we will have to do in order to rectify this, firstly, since it has been recorded as a creditor and creditor account must have been credited, because whenever creditor increases, we credit the creditor's account. So since creditor account has been credited, that which should not be, right? That is the mistake. So in order to rectify this, firstly, what we need to do, we will first of all debit the creditor's account. Creditor's account will be debited. Is this right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And instead of creditor, which account should have been taken into consideration?
Debtor.
Debtor account. So if I owe certain amount from by X, that means there is a liability. Sorry, sum of rupees 200 owed by X. Okay, so that means if I owe certain amount to X, that means X is my debtor, right? And whenever debtor increases, we debit the debtor's account. So since we have amount due upon X, that means our debtor will increase by 200. Debtor's account will also be debited. Is this clear to you? 200 and 200. Creditor's account will be debited by 200. Debtor's account will be debited by 200. Why we are debiting creditor's account? Because that is the mistake that we have earlier committed. So in order to rectify this mistake, we have to debit the creditor's account. That is why we are debiting creditor's account. And then why we are debiting debtor's account? Because debtor account should have been debited actually. So therefore we are debiting the debtor's account. Now the thing is that which account should we should credit now? Which account should be credited to? Tell me.
Sir, X.
Correct. X account. Done. By what amount?
Um,
400, obviously. Right?
oh, yes, sir.
That
Uh,
is it.
can you
Yes.
show me the correct and the wrong entry as well?
Yeah, sure. Just a minute. So earlier, what we must have done is here it is written that we owe. Okay. Just a minute. Question is, sum of 200 owed by X has been included in the list of sundry creditors. Okay. So X account debit to creditors account. That is the wrong entry. Correct entry should be debtors account debit to X account. And the rectifying entry will be, see, we are debiting the creditors account because earlier we have credited the creditors account, therefore we have debited creditors account. And why we are debiting the debtors account? Because debtor account need to be debited. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And similarly X account will be credited. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, Alexander. So so tell me the general entry for the fifth one.
Sir, sales account debit to old furniture.
Sales account debit to
Old
old
furniture.
furniture. Okay, but there will be a difference of 90 rupees, na?
90 rupees. Yes.
So in which account you will be transferring this 90 rupee?
Uh, Sir, suspense
Yes, to the suspense account. So whether suspense account need to be debited by or credited?
credited.
Credited. No. So sales account has been sales account. You must have debited sales account by 340. You must have debited sales account by 340, right? And furniture
Uh,
account must have been credited by 430 rupees, right?
yes.
Is that what you have done now?
No, sir.
You haven't done it. Okay. So let me show you. So while passing the rectifying entry, we will be debiting the sales account by how much? By 340. And old furniture account will be, or furniture account will be credited. Furniture account will be credited, but the amount is 430. So there are rising a difference of 90 rupee. And difference is that credit aspect of the entry exceed the debit. So that means in order to balance both the aspect, we will have to debit 90 rupees more. But in which account? We will debit it into the suspense account. Suspense account 90 rupees. Tell me, is this clear to you?
No, sir. Um, in the question, it
Mhm.
says what 340
In the question,
instead
it
of.
is written that sales of old furniture worth rupees 430 was credited to sales account, right?
Yes, sir.
That is it. Okay. So tell me, whenever you sell the old furniture, which account need to be credited?
The old furniture.
Yes. So let me write down the correct entry for you. Firstly, let's write down the wrong entry. In the wrong entry, what you must have done is just a minute. In the wrong entry, we have credited the sales account. Sales account is credited, but actually in the correct entry, furniture account should be credited. Furniture account should be credited. So in order to rectify this, what we will be doing now, we will be debiting the sales account, right? So therefore, I'm going to write down sales account debit, and furniture account need to be credited. So I'm going to write down furniture account credit. But there is a difference of 90 rupee. So that difference need to be recorded in the suspense account. Since credit part of the general entry is exceeding the debit part, therefore I am debiting the excess amount into the suspense account. So that is how we are going to record this. Is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have discussed all questions, Alexander, and I would recommend that you should try a few more questions on your own, and do let me know if you have any doubt regarding any question in the next session, and kindly share your doubt before the session so that I can look at those questions once, and accordingly we can discuss that in the class. So it will save some time for us during the session.
Okay.
Okay. So we won't be taking any class tomorrow. We will be conducting a session on Monday, and we will try to complete everything in the Monday session. Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is it for now. All the very best for your examination tomorrow. We'll see you on Monday with the next session.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Take care.